Kiwis, stand up.
Now, please welcome the show for bloody good Kiwis across the country.
It's time.
It's time for This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Tom, are you present? Check. Gotcha. Jace, you locked in?
Yeah, I'm good to go, mate.
Matt, are you ready to go there?
Yeah, mate. I'm good.
Good. I'm good to go here. I'm just waiting for this thing to load. And I'm buckled in. And Jace, you're good in 5, 4, 3, 2.
G'day, New Zealand. Welcome to Daily Bhuja. Great to have your company this Tuesday afternoon. It's the 18th of September 2018. Hope you're having a great day out there. And g'day, fellas.
Yeah, g'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
You good?
Yeah, sorry, did you hear that beginning that's not normally heard by the listener?
Well, obviously I heard it, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to smash in on my
that's
intro.
not going to the listener.
No, that wasn't going to the listener.
That's our behind the scenes. I was just trying to give the listeners, I suppose, a bit of an insight into what a top radio show is like.
Nice.
Those moments before we kick in. It's not just beer and Skittles or drinking beer. It's very high tech.
Yeah,
Well,
totally.
we do have beer and Skittles here.
Oh, we do. Yes, we do. But not always. But it's a high-tech thing. High-tech
It's
business.
nice to give people a glimpse behind the scenes, as you say, Lee Hart, about what's sort of going on and how we go about doing the show
Yep.
and stuff. And, I imagine a lot of people out there didn't realise that you would give me a countdown.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though I can see it on my own screen,
I know.
You've always insisted on giving me the countdown. It's just part of our modus operandi,
A
as
bit
they
like,
say.
if I bring it back to NASA again, as I often do, imagine being those three guys sitting in the capsule about to launch and break the bonds of the Earth and the atmosphere, but you're sitting there, you're nervous.
No, you would be.
want to know that the boys on the ground have got your back.
I'm nervous flying down to Wellington, for God's sake,
Yeah.
let alone going into space.
But you want to know that Mission Control knows what they're doing.
Can I ask who Mission Control is in this scenario?
Well, this is all of that was Tom.
Oh,
Beat you,
Tom.
that's why I
Okay,
asked.
no, I just
Tom,
needed
are
to
you
know.
ready? Where's he gone?
So this is basically a ceteris paribus modus operandi.
That's
Aye.
right. Whatever that is, that's exactly what it is. Keep texting people 3483. It's your show, not ours. You own it. We just work here.
Don't forget, Triple Threat Tuesday coming up, $33,000 cash, but let's have a bit of Rage Against the Machine in the meantime.
Nice, Jason.
Thanks, mate.
That was really good.
And out.
Very good.
Lee Hart, Jason Hoyt and the Bhuja Hawk. Till 7 tonight on Radio Hodaki.
Rage Against the Machine there on Radio Hodaki. The time is 4:10.
Tell you
It's
what,
great having your company.
I can't listen to that song,
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine there, without thinking about the lettuce spinner that I bought off Joe Morello.
Oh, right. Okay,
one of
there's
those
guitarist.
Tom Morello.
Is it Tom? Isn't
Tom,
it?
isn't it? Yeah.
God.
Well, you might have bought one off. What? Who did you say first up?
Joe.
Oh,
it's
Joe.
It's actually Tom.
Well, isn't Joe Tom's brother?
I think he is.
Yeah. Well, you might have bought a lettuce thingy off
He
him.
might have got off Joe, but I got it from Tom. And it's one of those things, you've seen them, haven't you? These plastic things, you put a lettuce in it, and for some reason you push this thing down, it spins around for some reason.
Well, because it gets all the moisture out of the lettuce.
Is that what it's for?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, that's the idea of it. Yeah, to get you put a bit of moisture in there and you give it a bit of a spin, a bit of a plunge.
Okay.
It's like a rinse for your lettuce, and then it takes it out and it's clean and dry.
Great. Well, I've got it. You want it? Seems
I
you've got-
love it, lettuce spinner.
Seems like you've got more use to it for it than I have.
Yeah, well, look, I'd be very keen on a lettuce spinner.
It was Tom Morello's.
How much do you want for it?
$450?
Pardon?
$450?
For a plastic lettuce spinner?
Tom Morello's plastic.
Well, how do
lettuce
I know
spinner.
it's Tom Morello?
He signed it.
Be very hard to sign a plastic lettuce spinner.
Oh, he had one of those silver pens, that you...
Well, right, that doesn't come off in the
Yeah.
liquid. No.
I'll bring it in. You can have a look at it and see what you think.
Yeah,
Don't
thanks,
say no
mate.
now. Don't say no
Okay,
now.
but $450? I don't think so.
Okay, look, I'm willing to negotiate, but I'm not going to move far from that.
Okay, well,
Let you know
I think don't worry about bringing it in. It's probably the best scenario then. Unless Maddie wants to buy it, of course.
Drag me into this.
Well, let's go to listeners. Text 3483. Would you be interested in a lettuce spinner from Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine and many other bands, of course?
Hey, a fascinating fact. You know that I love my fascinating facts.
Mm-hmm. Is that the fact?
No. The brain is divided into two hemispheres. We knew that, yes. The right brain, because
I thought it was four.
The right brain, which uses
North,
more
south,
creative...
east and west,
Can I just finish,
It'll
please?
be the northern and southern.
The right brain, which uses more creative and intuitive thought, and the left brain, which is for linear and logical thinking, they are connected by something called the corpus callosum. Now, listen to this.
Are you paraphrasing?
Woman's corpus callosum is 25% larger than men. This means women tend to bounce back and forth between feelings and facts very easily.
Tell me about it.
Men like to think in steps, processing one fact at a time.
Yes.
In other words, men think in straight lines, whereas women think in webs, constantly connecting ideas.
Yeah, but never kind of following through on anything. But I think I know what you're saying there. So there's advantages and disadvantages to both brains, I'm guessing.
Well, men are more sort of, I guess you could say, linear and logical step by step, whereas women have a larger capacity, and so the connections are all over the place.
We've used the analogy before on the show, probably about 10 times. The best way to describe what you've just described, Jace, is women's brains are like a car dashboard with a whole lot of crap on it that doesn't mean anything and all this sort of stuff, and nothing really makes sense on it. You've got whatever. A man's brain is like a dashboard that just has an accelerator, perhaps a rev counter at best. What's more, you go back to the woman's dashboard, it's got a fuel gauge on it, but she'll never put anything in there.
Seems like a good time to say happy Suffrage Week, everyone.
Oh shit, is it?
Here's Dandy Warhols.
You got a great car.
Dandy Warhols there on Radio Hodaki this Tuesday afternoon now.
Plenty of text coming
Yeah,
through there.
boy, oh boy, were there ever.
Someone's interested in the letter spinner from Tom Morello. A few about the
garlic crusher.
the comments you made about women's brains.
No. I simply pointed out, I'm reading a factual
Well, why
difference
would you
between
bring
men
that
and
up
women.
if you didn't want to?
I was just talking about how. Let me. Just wait.
So
I was
bring up-
talking about the fact that the corpus callosum is different in men and women.
exactly what
And
I said.
you went somewhere completely different with it. So don't you try and load that
No.
onto me.
I just said that those parts of the brain are different.
That's what
in
I was
men
saying.
and women, but I tried to make an analogy that people could understand because you were using big medical terms. I thought there was four.
Well, no,
parts.
I said men. What they're saying is men tend to think in straight lines, and whereas women think in webs connecting ideas.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Why would you say there was?
I didn't say there was. I was saying what I was saying.
You saying that? You went woman's.
Don't try. You deal
got
with
women
the
speaking
text
webs.
and well, no, that's women have more going on than men. Basically, is what that's saying. And you went in you brought cars into it. I don't know what you were going on about, but that's on your shoulders. All right.
Who was it that said they loved the drama? I think that was a bit unnecessary.
You said Jay said women love drama in their web series.
And guys are more on the
That's
ball,
why they
yeah.
watch web series. Now look, I thought there was four parts of the brain. I thought there was the north, south, east, and west.
Well, there you go.
So if I'm thinking over here, I'm thinking to the northeast at the moment. If an idea pops up from over here,
Maybe
and if-
you should be thinking a little bit more from the west at the moment.
yeah, southwest.
Southwest maybe is probably the better angle to
A lot of my ideas
on.
are coming from southwest at the moment.
Hey, now Matt, in
Yes.
terms of, do we have tickets and stuff to give away throughout the show? I just need to know that early on.
I'm glad you threw to me here on the prize desk here, Jace, because we do. We've got Fat Freddy's drop tickets.
Oh, good.
We've got the Chills tickets.
Good.
We've got Bhuja Hawk t-shirts.
Great.
And we've got other stuff. We've got 33 grand apparently.
Oh, of course we have Triple Threat Tuesday.
What do you mean apparently?
Well,
God, come on, Matt.
well,
33,000.
I can see the suitcase, the briefcase handcuffed to your wrist, but I can't see the cash.
Hey, coming up, guys, I've got a bit of a business idea I want to run past you.
No worries, mate.
It's it's to do with people dying and things. So
Sounds fun.
it's an ongoing business.
Well, it would be. Well, they always say about that, it's one of those industries that will never, you'll always have customers.
So I'm looking for investors at this point.
Okay.
Okay, more on that soon.
Old Florence here,
Yeah.
they're playing at Laneway.
Well, they are.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lineup's up at hodaki.co.nz.
Here's Hunger.
At
See, a lot of-
17, I started to starve myself.
Mary Jane's Last Dance there. Tom Petty on Radio Hodaki, Tuesday afternoon. Now, you were talking business, Lee Hart. You've got a business idea?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a business idea. I'm 3/4 way through with this, but a bit more funding would be good and a bit of investment. Obviously, I want to chuck it out to you guys first and foremost before I go out to the public.
Yeah, sure. Do we have like an entrepreneurial business-like sting, Matt? Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Now, let me ask you a couple of questions.
You're talking all over the sting there. I mean,
Let me ask
Sorry,
you
mate.
some questions, fellas, before... Actually, Tom, can you come through here, please? Look, I just want to ask you guys... Have a seat, mate. Just a business meeting. I just thought you should be here for this. You might want to invest
do I do
also.
the business sting again?
No, we're fine. Now, look, fellas, I'm going to ask you some questions.
How many stings do we? How many plays do we have left on that? Incidentally,
17.
Okay.
But you talked all over the
Sorry,
last one.
sorry. Lee.
Look, I'm going to have to get this out of here. Look, I'm going to ask you some questions before I give you this idea.
Sure.
Okay? People are dying all the time, okay, right?
Indeed.
Natural causes. Otherwise, we cannot cheat death.
No.
We have to face it.
I thought you found a way to stop that.
If you've been as many funerals as I had, you're starting to realise that it's a big thing, and also there's money to be made. Now, look, the other
Well,
issue
I don't
is...
know. I mean, I've been to funerals. I don't think I go to funerals and think, God, there's money to be
There's
made.
always good club sandwiches at funerals.
Well, there you go.
Generally speaking.
Catering's one area.
Yeah.
Catering's just one area. What I'm looking at is really cashing in more on the dead person themselves slightly. Now, look, normally you'd bury someone or cremate them, okay?
Yes.
You bury them. We're running out of space, people. We're running out of real estate to actually bury these people.
Very,
You with
very
me?
true. Yes.
Okay. You can cremate them. But the problem there is you don't really have anything tangible to visit, to see. You've just got these ashes in a little jar, and there's nothing tangible that really
Well,
connects
like
you
the
with
people.
that.
Yeah, but you know, carry
More
on.
of an urn,
That
not a
connects
jar.
with that person. So you've got these two things. So I thought, why not solve this problem by turning people into, once they've passed away, into traffic cones. Traffic cones. Okay, so you cremate them, right? Into
Yes.
ashes. And then I've got this friend who's got a plastic moulding company, okay? So what you'll do, you'll say, okay, Tom, okay, your grandfather's passed away, perhaps. I'm not sure if he has, but... No, I didn't.
No, he
hasn't.
wasn't saying
I'm
he
just saying
has
hasn't.
passed away, Tom. He's just saying he just as a scenario.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just an example, hypothetically, okay?
Yeah, you threw me a bit there.
How old is he?
Oh, he's 90, pushing 97.
Probably hasn't
can't
got
be
too
far
long to
off.
go. So look, but my point here is, okay, someone passes away, you cremate them,
Yes.
then you've got this thing of ash. You bring it round to this
Who's
plastic moulding company, and they'll put you in the traffic cone mould, and you turn that person, his ashes will get made
Or her.
into an individual traffic cone with their name on it, their date of birth, whatever. They're given out to all the construction companies and the council, so they get laid out on the street at night and this kind of stuff. So that person, your loved one, is no longer just some inanimate thing sitting on a shelf or buried in the ground. They're moving around the city. You can go you can know where they are. You can go visit them on the construction site. You can see there's Granddad there. People will start to see these traffic cones as people, or they were once people. They might start respecting them a bit more.
Yeah, but everyone-
And stop driving so close to them, knocking them over in their cars.
Everyone hates traffic, therefore they'll hate the people.
Yeah, look, I see some flaws here.
Well, look, you're driving slow in built-up traffic, and you're thinking, oh, God, this is boring. I'm stuck in one lane of all these traffic cones in the middle of the road. But hold on. You take a moment to reflect and go, you know what? Life's not that bad. I could be one of those traffic cones right now. You suddenly think, what's more important?
Perspective.
You see, it makes you think, I might just slow down in the car a little bit. I might just start to focus on what's really important. Oh, there's Granddad, and I don't know. I just feel there's something in there. And of course,
Well, there's Granddad.
yeah, but you're not sold?
No.
I mean, traffic cones are going to be here forever. We're going to have them. Let's face it. Why not use them for something productive,
Tell you
Tom?
what, if you give me your friend's number, I can make some calls and we'll see. We could maybe do some models, maybe pets first, and then transition into.
How would it
into people.
stick? How hold together?
No, that you put the ash into the melted plastic before they turn it into a mould. So the bulk of the cone will still be plastic, but your loved one's essence or the ashes are kind of spread through it, and you can have a little plaque depending on what you pay for it, or just a standard reflective cone. So you can reflect on your loved one's life with a reflector cone.
Oh, there's a
So that's the little angle I just
They're
added
like
in
the
there.
marketing ploy.
Yeah, what do you think? Just have a think about it. They have to get back to me now.
While we're on funerals, apparently it's great for picking up. Grief's nature's most powerful aphrodisiac, apparently.
You
Well,
would
it
have to
certainly
go.
is.
You would have to go there, wouldn't you, mate? Hey?
Well, gotta eat.
All around the world, we can make
Red Hot
time
Chili Peppers.
for up and then stop it 'cause I'm in my prime.
Red Hot Chili Peppers there on Daily Bhuja Tuesday afternoon.
A lot of positive feedback already about my traffic cone.
Oh, is that how you read that? Okay, no, that's good.
Positive, you say?
You're,
I mean, you can keep it at home if you like. You just keep it. You can keep it. You don't have to put it out to work.
yeah, I don't know that I mean, if you're going to keep it at home, then I'd stick to the urn.
But remember, you
I don't want a
you
traffic
own
cone.
this cone, right? This is your family cone, but you're lending it to the council, so you're actually getting paid as it gets used. You get a fee.
Well, listen, you made a really good point the other day, right? And you're talking about the fact that we actually, in all reality, don't have enough space to bury people. That's just a fact. And you had the idea, which I think had a lot of merit, about the headstones.
Yeah.
And writing, you know,
On both sides.
on both sides of the, you know, you as a kid, you're always told use both sides of the paper.
That's
Don't
right,
just
nowadays.
write one side. You know what I mean? And maybe hiring out the back end of or the other end of a
Yeah.
you know, and it would halve the costs for
That's
people.
right. It's a double-sided billboard, a tombstone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. You only use one side.
Absolutely. You know, and I could see positives in that.
What you're saying? We should put advertising on the back of tombstones.
No, I'm not
like
saying that you should put
Coke.
advertise. I'm saying that
So you've got your loved one on one side, and then you put like so and so's auto, like
no, I wasn't meaning that you advertise on the back of headstones. I was saying that, you know, you use the other side of the headstone
You
too.
could though. It's not a bad idea.
The KFC crispy onion ring burgers back for a limited time.
Yeah, it's not bad. If you could change it all the time, because they're changing their deals.
Yeah, I don't know that KFC would want their advertising on the back of a headstone, though. To be
Hey,
fair,
grief gets you hungry.
It could be like a personals ad.
yeah, nah, I don't think
I wonder
that's
if anyone
appropriate
has
either.
scored at a wedding.
At a wedding.
At a funeral, sorry.
Of course they would
Of
have.
course they have.
Like a random.
What?
Like at the wake, you hook up
What's
with a
wrong
random.
with you today, Matt?
Oh, I'm just curious.
It's interesting. I'm reading about testosterone at the moment, and you've obviously got a lot of it pumping through your system.
I'm just a curious guy.
Yeah, I'm covering a lot off. What time do you think we're going to do Triple Threat Tuesday?
Probably around 5:20.
Okay,
Is that all right?
it's fine.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take a break because I need to wheeze.
All right. Good luck
Okay.
with that.
Thanks, mate. The Unforgiven there on Metallica, 6 minutes 11 seconds.
No, I've had a word to them. They're okay. They're on a bit of a dispensation at
Oh,
the
okay.
moment.
No,
so
that's
don't
fair
panic
enough.
about that. I'll tell you about it later. Hey, the phone lines. I don't think I've seen them go this nuts before.
No, let's speak to Sam. G'day, mate.
G'day.
How's life, Sam?
Pretty well. Just got home from work, so it's not too bad.
Nice. No, whereabouts are you calling us from?
Christchurch. Beautiful
Nice. Great stuff. And tell me what's for tea, Sam?
day. Mexican.
Mexican.
Cool.
Oh, did you do
Quesadillas?
what's it called? A kiss?
Quesadillas. No, I couldn't be asked last night. but
Oh,
I'm gonna-
man, you taught them a big game.
No,
and
I'm
then
doing them. I'm doing them tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
Good on you. Well, that sounds good, Sam. That sounds good, mate. Can I ask, what are you calling up about?
Pretty sure that I heard the Bhuja Hawk.
The hawk.
Hawk.
Okay. All right. Well, I suppose we have to take your word for it. Looking at the log, a lot of activity in the early part of the song there.
The worm's gone ballistic, actually. But I think you could be right, actually, Sam. So what we're going to get you to do is stay on the line, and our good mate Tom will sort you out with some sort of prize. Probably a Bhuja Hawk T-shirt.
Beauty.
Good on you, mate. Enjoy that Mexican.
Phone lines are still running hot. Let's.
Go to Aaron in the mouth. Aaron, g'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
How's life, Aaron?
Good.
Excellent. Now tell me, Aaron, what are you calling about?
I think I heard a sneaky Bhuja horse just after that Bhuja hawk.
Nah.
Look, mate.
Come on,
Aaron,
trying
you
to
gotta
tell
stop
me you
drinking
heard
at work,
the
mate.
horse and the hawk in the same song.
You got to stop drinking.
Come on.
Drinking on a Tuesday, man.
Jeez, Aaron, what's the
What a pace to think we're running here.
It could have been this long Tuesday I've just had. Wednesday.
Do you think we can afford to run the horse and the hawk in the one song? Cost would
Bloody
be
Nora.
astronomical on that. Let's have a look
No,
here.
I'm-
Don't know how it happened, but it happened.
So you're saying we had a horse and a hawk and all in the one
Yeah.
song?
That's
Okay.
what I heard, mate. Yep.
Are you on your way home, are you, Aaron?
I am, yeah. I've just pulled over to the side of the road.
Oh, good on you, mate. What do you do down in the mouth?
Keep your pub.
In New Plymouth. Oh, yeah.
A New Plymouth.
Um,
Why is it Aaron the Mouth?
The mouth.
So it's technically a mouth and
Yeah.
a mouth.
Close.
And what do you do in New Plymouth, Aaron?
I'm a project manager for a structural steel company.
Right. Okay. You wanted to get into project managing, didn't you, Lee, for a little while? Weren't you a project manager for a while? And the whole thing fell apart, and there were bloody all sorts of carnage.
Oh, that was the Project TV show.
The TV show. Hey, Aaron, well, you're completely right, mate, so stay on the line, and once again, our good mate Tom will sort you out with some... do we have Bhuja horse T-shirts?
Oh, it's hard to say. Mr.
We may
Vintage
have to give him a Bhuja Hawk T-shirt in lieu of the Bhuja Horse T-shirts getting made.
Would you be okay with a Bhuja Hawk T-shirt, Aaron?
I'm sure I will be, yeah.
Good on you, mate. You have a great afternoon. Thanks for listening, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate.
And if anyone else wants one, they can buy them from Mr. Vintage.
A lot of great T-shirts there. A lot of great T-shirts.
And what sort of retail are we looking at there, Matty?
About
40 bucks?
About 40.
I tell you what,
40.
A good T-shirt is a great thing, and these Bhuja Hawk T-shirts, I don't know if it's because I'm getting more buff, but, geez, they look good on me.
Buff is nude, isn't it?
Well, no, buff as in muscular.
It's a bit of an oxymoron. You can't wear it if you're in the buff, because if you're in the buff, you're naked, but if you've got
Yeah.
a shirt on, then you're not buff.
But I don't know if it's because I've been working out so much and it's fitting me better, or it's just a bloody good T-shirt is what
Are
I'm
you
saying.
working up to something with all this gym stuff you're doing? Have you got some sort of project in mind or something? Because I could see you doing some of that body sculpting. When they put the oil, the bronzing and stuff.
Mate, you've nailed it.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Is that all the tuna is? All the tuna cans? you're in?
Yeah, that's the... I want to be a mature bodybuilder. Kind of inspiration to men around the place.
Certainly got the first part sorted.
You are looking pretty ripped, though. You could probably go up to a medium soon.
Thanks, mate.
Medium woman's.
Yeah.
This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Yeah, sure is great to have your company this Tuesday afternoon. You'll be tuning into the netball tonight, I imagine, Lee Hart.
Yeah,
the
look,
New Zealand...
after the last loss to England, I was pretty disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, so was I.
As I said, some of the tactics there, running with the 3-2 over the 5 system with the 4-1 overlap, running, insisting on the 2-2-2-2-1 comeback. It just wasn't working for me tonight. I'd like to see them run with a bit more of a 6-3-2-1 over system with the 3-3 offensive and defensive 4-3 kind of backload system.
Well, I know that Nolene will be working on the flow through the centre court and feeding into that attacking circle. And I think you're right, the 4-3 system generally, particularly if you're playing South Africa, works very well. The 4-3 system doesn't work so well against Australia, of course, because they play the 5-1 system.
And a very fine line between a 4-3 system and a 3-4.
Yeah,
you get it wrong, you're turning a 4-3 into a 3-4, and after that, well, it's anyone's guess.
And that's when you lose the flow through the centre court.
And the throw.
And the throw through the centre court. Hey, the time is 5:02, which I believe means it's time for Lee Hart's Name That Tune.
Yeah, thanks, Jace. Thanks, Matt, as well. You're here. And thanks, Tom and Studio B for having me on such short notice and here to do Name That Tune. It really is an honour and one I don't take lightly.
If you didn't have the quesadillas for dinner last night, what did you have for dinner last night, Matt?
Oh, I kind of had like a wrap in a toasty machine.
Oh, you see, I'm not a fan of wraps.
Fellas,
it's pretty good. Well, I had to do an online test.
Well, I mean,
last night.
if you're going to do a wrap, why didn't you just do the quesadilla? I mean, that is essentially just a wrap.
You've got to cook the chicken.
guys,
and
if you want to do Mexican food chat, put a submission in for it, okay? And we'll consider it, and we can talk about quesadillas, tacos, whatever you like, for as long as you like, but let's make a proper segment out of it, okay?
Okay, mate.
Let's not just talk willy-nilly about
Well, it's just that I had to
quesadillas.
do an online test last night, so I didn't have time to make the quesadillas.
Okay.
Got 91%
All right.
for the test.
The
by
time
the
and a place to talk Mexican food.
True.
Not today, okay?
Yeah, no,
not
fair
today,
enough.
fellas.
Sorry, mate.
way. 91.4% for the test. But
Here we go.
Are you going to have like a guacamole on top of your quesadilla?
Yeah, well, the thing was that avocados have gone a little bit rotten.
Oh, you hate
That's
that. Well,
annoying, eh?
look, go for a tomato salsa instead. Just a nice spicy tomato salsa on top of that Sorry, Lee.
Or
No,
sour
sorry.
cream, or sour
Or
cream.
sour cream.
You really should
Plus
try
with the salsa.
You should try the chipotle sauce though with the Greek yogurt. Honestly, it's to die for. But you go.
No, sorry, mate. You go.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to go back to a classic. I'm just going to be honest about it. Okay, now I'm going to have to... It's the subtleties of this is what's going to give it away. It's just one chord, pretty much.
It's like the chipotle sauce. It's the subtlety.
I told you I went out with a woman called Chipotle, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Real nuppa. A little spicy, huh? Yeah, here we
Did
go.
you make your own chipotle, or do you buy it like...
No, I bought it. I don't know
Okay.
how to make it. I could only find one brand of it as well.
No, there's quite a few brands
Here
of
we
chipotle.
go. Here we go. Name that tune. Here we go. Here we go.
If you can name that tune, New Zealand, give us a call right now on 0800 Hodaki. Love to hear from you. In the meantime, here's Gorillas. Gorillas there on Radio Hodaki. The time is 5:07. Before that, of course, we had Lee Hart's Name That Tune. Lots of people on the phone lines. Let's go to John in Auckland. G'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. How's life, John?
Good.
Good.
Mate,
You're
good.
on your way home?
Yeah, it's just on my way home, pretty hungry.
Yeah, what are you eating tonight, John? I love finding out what people are eating for dinner.
Gives me ideas.
Yeah.
Well, the missus is going to pick up some Thai.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Quite
nice.
often.
Nice.
So, but I was, I heard you talking about quesadillas.
Yeah.
And that actually was the purpose of my call, to just have a chat to you about quesadillas. I know, Lee, that you didn't want to talk about it, but quite an important discussion.
Look, I'm happy to talk about quesadillas if you want to talk about them.
Well, look, I spent a couple of years in Mexico, and quesadillas, typically, mate, you just have a bit of cheese in there. There's not, all these other fancy ingredients that go in it.
I hear you.
right.
I hear you, John. You taking note of this, Matt?
Chipotle or chipotle.
Yep.
There's a good brand. Oh, what's that one? It's in the orange can.
Oh, yeah, I know the one you mean. Yeah. It's from Mexico too, isn't it?
What's that? Sorry. That's, you will find that in the show.
That one in the can from Mexico, that really narrows it down.
If we manage to get Chipotle Chit Chat up and going, or Taco Tuesday Chipotle Chit Chat going on air, would you be keen to come on air on a regular basis and discuss Mexican cuisine?
Monday.
Great.
Monday. Yeah.
Just
eventually. Yeah.
No, you go, John.
Right. Well, just a lot of people also make the mistake of calling it Chipotle.
Yeah.
So, it was good work, mate. Calling it Chipotle.
Thanks,
Yeah,
mate.
great, mate.
Thank you, John.
Appreciate that.
Do you don't know what the tune is, do you by chance, John?
I was hoping to hear it again, mate, because I was just so interested in your discussion about
Chipotle. Yeah.
Chipotle.
Well, I'm
and
afraid I'm
guacamole.
not going to do a repeat on
we
this
can't
occasion
do a
because
repeat, John, but
we're on a live segment now with the other listeners on the line, and they may get a second shot at it that way. You see.
But I tell you what,
okay.
next time we have Chipotle slash what are they called? Quesadilla chat. Well, give us a call, John.
Quesadilla chit
Or even Taco Chat.
Well, taco chat, mate, because you need to get some of the tortillas from the supermarket.
Or Tortilla Chat.
Not the ones from not the ones that you buy in the bread area. It's in the Mexican stand, and they're a bit smaller.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
I
I
make
hear
my
you.
own, actually. I make my own. At
I
home.
make my own tortillas too, actually, John.
But tacos are a whole different kettle of fish, aren't they? We need a whole different segment for
We
that.
got your soft shell and your
It'll get
hard shell.
confused with quesadilla chat.
So if you get the pulled pork, you cook that, pulled pork. So you do your 12-hour whatever your pulled pork. You put that in and you roll it up in the tortilla, and then you get a toothpick and you put the toothpick into the tortilla after you've rolled it up, holds it together, and then you deep fry the sucker. And then when
now
you
you're
deep fry the
talking.
sucker, it's all nice and
Jeez.
crispy, and you put that in the dish, and then you put guacamole on top.
Oh.
But it's
Look, I tell you what, mate,
John, we're
get
going to
you on
have
here
to
for a
leave it
proper-
there,
for a
mate, because
proper chat.
I'm getting hungry now, John. But thanks for the call, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Jace is also scared you're going to drop in the 30th one.
Jess, g'day, mate. Jess.
Is it Let's Dance by Bowie.
Let's Dance by David Bowie. What a classic. I'm afraid it's not, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
sorry, Jess.
Bugger. All good. Thank you for that.
Thanks for
I'd
the
like to
call,
talk to
mate.
Jess more, but we can't because we did Casadilla chat.
Yeah,
I appreciate how quick to the point Jess was. Right?
yeah, so do I. Jason, g'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
Yeah, get him.
How's life, Jason?
Really good today.
Excellent.
Really good.
Are you in Invercargill?
Sure am, and the sun's been shining, so it's good.
Oh, good
We're
stuff.
down there on Friday, you know that.
I'm coming to see you at the brewery.
Oh, good on you,
wow.
mate. Good on you, Jason.
Fantastic.
All right, buddy. Can you name that tune, Jason?
Back in the USSR,
Oh,
the
thank God.
Beatles.
Thank God.
Brilliant.
You're completely correct, of course, Jace. Stay on the line, buddy, and Tom will sort you out. We'll see you on Friday.
Cheers, Bhuja.
Good on you,
Thanks,
mate.
buddy.
Old mate Paul McCartney, first number one album in 36 years or something?
He's had a few, though.
Oh, don't get him started on Paul McCartney. Why did you do that, man?
Yeah, I've poked
Oh,
the
you
bear.
Had a weird dream about him the other night.
Here's Pearl
I've
Jam.
poked the Beatles bear.
So it's called Yoga for Beginners.
Yeah, with Adrian. She's very hot. It's on YouTube.
So I just go,
She might be listening.
I go to
American.
YouTube and I go Yoga for
Just go
Beginners.
Yoga for Beginners, day one, and Adrian will just talk you through it. It's very easy. It's not strenuous, and you'll
Well,
get,
because I'm very one of my imperfections
So am I.
amongst the many that I have is that I'm massively inflexible.
well, that's why you do Yoga for Beginners,
Okay.
because it's for beginners who aren't flexible.
And you only have one hemisphere to your brain.
Yeah.
One big overarching hemisphere doing all the work.
And you've actually got northern and southern, don't you, rather than left and right?
Yeah, so I can tip over. You know, it's like you describe my body as like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
And that's why I have... And one leg has always been shorter than the other for me, so I've always had issues with balance and stuff like that. So Yoga for Beginners.
Just type that into YouTube,
Adrian.
and Adrian will talk you through the rest.
Okay.
That's right, New Zealand. Welcome back. We've got Triple Threat Tuesday coming up. Actually, when is that coming up? Shall we say... Should we do that?
In approximately 8 minutes-ish.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Hey, great news, Lee. And this would be something that you recognise as great news too, because it's kind of in your kind of timeline. The great Fonzie from Happy Days
Oh, yeah.
won his first ever Emmy today,
I remember my parents used to watch that.
didn't they?
Did he?
Henry Winkler.
Let's have a bit of listen to the audio of that, shall we?
This is the first Emmy win in 5 attempts. His first nomination was obviously for
Happy Days.
Happy Days.
As the Fonz.
37 seconds. I wrote this 43 years ago. Okay, can I just say Skip Brittenham said to me a long time ago, if you stay at the table long enough, the chips come to you. And tonight, I got to clear the table.
It's a good saying.
A nice guy, isn't he? He's well liked in Hollywood.
Yeah. And I think
He's a producer as well. He's made a lot of stuff.
yeah, I think he directs a lot of theatre too, actually. So, yeah, no, good
What was
on him.
Happy Days about?
Yeah,
it
what was that show?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it was...
it's a bit before my
It
time.
was like a 50s family. The show was obviously made a lot later than that. With Richie Cunningham and that his family. And they were like high school kids in the 50s. Rock
Are
and
they
roll.
like, because I remember going around to your house a little while ago and you had all those Archie comics. Is it kind of like Archie?
Was that
Yeah.
the stack next
Oh,
to
right.
the Louis Armstrong vinyl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what that was. Yeah. I have a bit of trivia for you. Okay. George Lucas's first movie.
Don't know.
First proper movie.
I don't know.
Damn it.
That he directed?
Yeah.
Don't know.
But I forgot the name of it now. Harrison Ford, isn't it?
Is that a porn parody of Star Wars?
No, it was...
Could you fact check that? George Lucas / first movie direction.
American Graffiti. All right.
Oh, American Graffiti. Okay.
It's a one night, a movie one night in America in the 50s. A lot of, kids driving around graduation and trying to score and listening to rock and roll. And Harrison Ford was in it, made his debut in that. Richie Cunningham, what's his name?
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard was in it.
Oh, okay.
About 1970. Great movie. From that, they decided, let's make a TV series, but more of a comedy, a lighter thing, based on American Graffiti. Life and times of people growing up in the 50s.
Bloody hell.
So this is before JFK got assassinated, the pure innocence of the 50s.
Right, okay, yeah. Because it was a very innocent sort of time, wasn't it?
So how does Robin Williams come into it as an alien?
Yeah, well, this is Jumping the Shark we talked about the other day. Later on, because it went from about 1973 to about 1980 something, right? The show, 82 or something. In the later couple of years, they were really starting to struggle with storylines, so they said, let's bring maybe an alien arrives. And that was Robin Williams, and he was great, so let's give him his own show, and rah. Laverne and Shirley, spin-off from that as well.
Wow, there you go. That was a trivia fest. Speaking of Harrison Ford, he was told by a great many directors and producers that he'd never make it in Hollywood, that he was always going to be a kind of B-grade sort of background actor. He was told that a lot, and look at him now.
You know who else made a debut pretty much in that movie?
No.
In American Graffiti. Richard Dreyfuss. He was Richie Cunningham's, he was Ron Howard's mate in the movie. George Lucas, of course, best mates with Steven Spielberg, or sort of mentored Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg went on to make Jaws. Where do you think Richard Dreyfuss came from?
Yeah.
See? Big overlap between George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. All their movies.
Fascinating stuff. Now listen, coming up very shortly, we're going to be doing the Triple Threat Tuesday. Don't call now. Don't call now.
So you shouldn't do that, because then they start calling now.
Queens of the Stone Age there on Radio Herdeckie. Now, if you want a couple of tickets to the Chills, Christchurch, Dunedin, Wanaka, Wellington, New Plymouth, Palmerston North, Paikakariki, Whangarei, Lee, Auckland and Waiheke Island, give us a call right now on 0800 Herdeckie and we'll have a chat very shortly.
That's right, mate.
In the meantime, are we going to Beastie Boys?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay, do that.
Sleep till
Beastie Boys there on Radio Herdeckie. Now, speaking of Radio Herdeckie, they're presenting the Chills Snowbound album release tour. Also, Wakachangi is
we'll be
sponsoring
there
that. Fantastic. Cody's on the line. G'day, mate. How you going?
Oh, I'm great, mate. How are you guys?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Cody. Good. Thanks, mate. You a bit of a Chills fan?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a fan of all music, to be fair, but...
That's the best way to be, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Exactly. That's all, got to appreciate it all.
Open-minded.
Good on you, Cody.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. We'll give you a couple of tickets to the Chills. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome, Cody. And thanks for saying thanks, mate.
Oh, anytime. I've always taught to use my manners, standard.
Yeah, good on you, Cody.
I'm basically in my car starving after that chat you guys had before. And
the Quesadilla chat.
Oh, mate, that chat. How
Yeah.
you going? I'm about to stop at KFC, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, good on you, mate. Now you're talking.
Have to.
KFC can do a quesadilla. KFC a deer.
Oh, that'd be good, actually. Jeez.
I might write that down, Matt, and you don't mind if I use it as my idea, do you?
Should we patent that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm part of that, if it makes money.
Oh, yeah, good
Bhuja.
call, man.
KFC a deer.
Got to invest,
The KFC a deer. That's brilliant.
That's
We should speak to KFC about that. They'd be into that.
God, I'm good.
Cody, stay on the line, buddy, and Tom will sort you out with those tickets, all right?
Too good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. That is really good. The KFC Kadir.
KFC idea.
KFC idea. Bloody hell.
And it's fun to say.
Chipotle sauce on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ruined it now.
Chipotle.
Hey, coming up.
Triple Threat Tuesday.
Hey, if you want to play it, give us a call right now on 0800 Herdeckie. Love to hear from you.
we could choose to disregard it or have some fun and break it.
She had there on Radio Herdeckie, but right now it's time to play Triple Threat Tuesday.
Yes, indeed. This is the game show with the most. Taking the world by storm at the moment. 3 chances, 3 seconds, $33,000 cash.
Now we've got Joel on the line. G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, good, Joel. Yourself?
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Brilliant. You'd obviously be quite nervous, $33,000, Joel. It's a hell of a lot of money.
Absolutely.
What would you do with the cash, Joel?
I don't know. Go overseas.
Nice.
Maybe invest a little.
Yeah,
Invest a
nice.
little.
Yeah, good on you.
You'd have enough. You'd have enough to do both. Go on a bit of a trip, invest a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I might even consider giving Lee a bit of a gift even.
Good on you,
A
mate.
bit of investment in my
Just Lee.
You could invest in my
Traffic cone.
Traffic cone
No.
burial.
No, that was a crap idea. I'm sorry, it was crap. All right, Joel.
Maybe even that KFC idea.
Oh, how
KFC
good is
idea.
that, man?
I need to patent that.
It's too late, mate.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
You said it out on air now.
Very good.
Well, that's proof that it was my idea, isn't it?
Yeah, how'd you know I didn't say it to you before you said it on air?
Because you sounded very impressed when I said it.
Now listen, can we get back to the point at hand, please, lads?
This is going to be like this Lennon
Joel.
McCartney.
Yes.
Your specialist subject today is dinosaurs.
Okay.
Are you ready to play Triple Threat Tuesday?
I am.
Three seconds per question. 3 questions. Question number 1.
Hold on. Did you say the topic?
Yeah, dinosaurs.
Okay.
Question number 1. One of the most well-known dinosaurs is, of course, the Tyrannosaurus what?
Rex.
Okay.
Question number 2. Joel. A famous dinosaur film was called Jurassic what?
Park.
Oh, boy.
It's 2 out of 3. It's 2 out of 3. He's
It's taking
right on
less
the
than
money.
1 second to
He's
answer.
right on the money.
Quite worried.
Okay, for your final question, $33,000 cash. Just relax. You've got this. You've got this. Joel, spell pterodactyl.
PTERADAC.
He had the P, he had everything. Hold on.
The PTERY.
We'll get you to spell it anyway.
What you're
go
after
for it again.
there is... Or do you want to have another crack at
Have
it?
another crank.
PTERYLDAC.
No, I'll stop you there, Joel. It's
What?
PTERODACTYL. Pterodactyl.
I tell you what, you had that P. I said, this guy knows this. Because a lot of people would have said TER. Good God. Mate, that's the closest we've come.
Spelling under pressure.
Well, what a word to try and spell. Who comes up with these questions, I wonder.
I
Good
don't know.
God.
Mate. I think Tom does.
I'm going to have a word. I'm going to have a
Certainly
word.
certainly not us 30 seconds before the feature starts.
Tell you what.
I
Well
tell you
done,
what,
mate.
though, Joel, you're not going to go away empty-handed, my friend. So stay on the line. Thanks for
thank
playing
you.
Triple Threat Tuesday, and Tom will sort you out with some sort of amazing prize.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Thanks, mate. Whew. Jeez.
Bhuja with KFC's crispy onion ring burger. Wrap your lips around that. The Matt and Jerry Show with Boundary Road Brewery.
What did that sushi taste like, by the way?
Bloody good, actually. It's weird, because everyone's been going, how could you eat? Like, what do I care? My hands are filthier than your ass.
Yeah, I had a shower in the morning and my back and my ass is very clean.
So, really, people think their hands are so clean that it's so disgusting to eat off another man's ass?
What about that soy sauce that I locally produced?
I preferred the stuff that came out of the packet than the stuff that you were locally producing.
Matt Heath and Jeremy Wells for breakfast. Weekdays at 6 and 24/7 on iHeartRadio.
Audio Slave there on Radio Hodaki. Now we're having a bit of a giveaway fest at the moment, Lee Hart. We've got Fat Freddy's Drop tickets to give away. The Trickle Down Tour, which is in January 2019. Whangarei, Tauranga, Thames, Upper Motere, Christchurch, Queenstown, Auckland and Wellington. If you'd like a couple of tickets, give us a call right now. And, well, there you go. Let's go to Alex. G'day, mate.
G'day, fellas.
How you going, Alex?
Yeah, not too bad, buddy. How about you?
Yeah, good, thanks, man. Good. I see, what are you, the fire alarm technician.
Oh, yeah, buddy, that's me.
Good stuff. Actually, I could do with a couple of fire alarms.
Are you trying to get
yeah?
freebies just by giving away? I don't think that's legal, Jason.
Oh, isn't it?
No.
Can't Alex sort of send them off to me?
Didn't you used to have a couple of fire alarms attached to your shoes? So no matter where you were kind of covered?
Yeah. I just thought it was a practical way of going about it.
Smoke detectors.
beautiful,
You
mate.
used to have their smoke detector nomads, didn't you?
Yeah, but I kept setting them off every time I went outside to have a durry.
Yeah.
So, all right, Alex, I tell you what, mate, you're in Auckland, so you would like to go, I'm imagining, to the Auckland gig at Western Springs Outer Fields.
Mate, that would be beautiful.
No worries at all, man. Stay on the line, and Tom will sort those tickets out for you. Enjoy.
Speaking of mundane
Awesome.
chat.
Thanks, mate.
You think we have mundane chat on this show? I was watching the breakfast show this morning. You know, the breakfast TV, isn't it? TV1?
Yep.
Great show. Love the show. They seem to always bring up an issue of the day. Should it be illegal to drive a car in jandals? Things like this.
We just kick them off.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should we carry on this chat in a minute? Because I've got some thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Text 3483. Is it okay to drive in jandals? Yay or nay? Should it be illegal? How are they going to police it?
Good question, mate.
Thanks, man.
Sounds exciting.
Well, it wasn't on their show, so I don't
no,
see
I
what's going to be any different on
I was
ours.
being sarcastic.
Trickle down there, Fat Freddy's drop. I just want to get a consensus from the listening audience, if I might, Lee Hart. Maddie and I were talking about toasted sandwiches just in the break there, and he was saying mayonnaise in your toasted sandwich.
In it.
In it. I'm sorry.
In it, on it, around
I'm
it.
sorry. No.
You could put it on after when you pull it out of the toasty.
Well, yeah, maybe, but hot mayonnaise?
I don't want to say
no,
you're stuck
Matt.
in your ways or closed-minded, Jace, but I mean that's...
Next, you'll be chucking your bloody Greek yogurt on there.
Well, actually, it's funny you should mention that. This actually goes right on a bit of a...
Now, listen, what was the response to Jandal chat?
No one gives a crap.
Oh, okay.
No, well, what the thing was, have you driven in jandals before?
Yeah, probably.
Would you rather drive in bare feet?
I would.
If I'm in jandals, I kick them off and then just drive in barefoot.
Yeah, generally that's what I would
do. It's not that dangerous, is it? I mean, in my car, I have driving shoes in the car.
You have driving shoes?
I have the jandals, like a pair of shoes, attached to the accelerator and the brake already, and the clutch, because I've got a manual.
Right, okay.
So they're a bit like if you go on a rowing machine at the gym, you know how there's a pair of shoes in there already, you just strap into them. So I have.
I was going to say, what if someone wants to borrow your car and they don't fit your shoes?
Well, it's up to them to get their own shoes on there.
So what, they'd
Well,
have, to rip your shoes off and glue some more
Just
shoes?
a couple of screws on each shoe. It's not a big deal.
I thought you were only supposed to drive with one foot, though.
What, like an automatic?
Well, either. Well, yeah, unless you're in a manual, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I've got both shoes on.
So what, your right foot's on the accelerator?
Yeah.
And the left foot's on
the brake.
Yeah, that's illegal, isn't it?
Well, I don't know, but it's what I do. And in my other car, which is a manual, I've got a third shoe on there, which I've got to swap out of from my brake onto the clutch.
You ever been driving with Lee before, Matt? You've been driving with him, eh?
Explains a little bit of
it does a bit, eh?
how scary it is.
Sometimes I forget and I'll walk in here and I've still got my driving shoes on.
Oh, is that what I
what-
sometimes think you're doing a bit of a tap dance or something, but it's just the
Yeah.
screws in your driving
Wonder why you've
shoes.
got a clutch stuck to your foot.
Well, you should know they're both right-footed shoes. You could tell that I've been driving.
Mate, I do know. I've borrowed your car before.
Yeah. So no one else out there has driving shoes attached to their pedals? Okay, interesting.
No, but the driving gloves you've got are pretty cool.
They're attached to the steering wheel. You just slip your hands. Always in the same position, you know.
10 and
10
2.
past 2.
10 and 2. Yeah.
Quarter past 3, isn't it?
10 and 2.
Past 3.
Stereophonics there on Radio Herdeki. Guys, do you mind if I make a bit of an amendment to a comment I made before 6 o'clock?
I think you probably should.
I think it's important you do.
You were making the comment, Lee Hart, that you have driving gloves which are attached to your steering wheel.
Yes.
And I said yes.
It saves you getting out of the car and losing the gloves. You just have them attached.
Yeah, as do the shoes on the pedals. That's a great thing. And I said, so you'd have your gloves at a quarter past 3.
Yeah, which was a bit weird.
Which is actually the same. So you'd have 2 hands and 1 glove.
You'd have one hand on top of the
What
other
I
one.
meant to say, of course, is you'd have your gloves at 2:45, 3.
Well, it's not 2:45. That would be like driving like some sort of
psychopath,
like driving something in the 1930s. Like that's how Charlie Chaplin would
I
drive
think
a
you'll
car.
find if you look at Formula One races, they drive at 2:45.
2:45? No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they do. They drive at quarter. Have you seen their steering wheels?
Yeah, but their steering wheels just turns like they're not like ours.
2:45.
Normally it's 10 to 2.
So where are your gloves
it's 10,
placed?
yeah,
Placed
10.
on the steering wheel then?
10 to 2.
10 to 2. Well, then you're up here somewhere. That's weird.
No, that's the natural.
That way I can get a full turn to the right out of the car and full turn to the left. Your one, if you're at 2:45, you can't even do a proper turn in the car without having to do a 6-point turn to get out of it.
Do you find with the driving gloves that you're able to do a Yui simply enough though? I'd find a Yui very difficult with the gloves stuck on the steering wheel.
Well, there's a separate pair of gloves sitting on top that I'll take my hands and slip into for a full-on Yui.
Same for parking?
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
They're good. They're good.
What are they, like leather? Or they wool?
No, they're just old sort of dishwashing gloves, rubber dishwashing gloves.
The yellow ones.
Yeah.
They're a bugger to get into though.
Yeah, I know.
Ironically, you need some dishwashing liquid to get into it.
it's
There's Lovely the band.
Bhuja with Lee and Jace on Radio Hodaki.
I think I'm paranoid. Garbage there on Radio Hodek. It's been a good show so far.
You can't beat the live adrenaline of live radio.
No, I tell you what, mate. And, just going back 20 or 30 minutes, Joel on our Triple Threat Tuesday, seriously, that is the closest we've got, I reckon, to actually giving away $33,000 cash.
Well, that's why I got him to spell it again, even after he didn't quite get it, because I was prepared to go upstairs and make an appeal.
Yeah,
Just maybe
yeah.
give him 15.
I actually did that once. I don't know if you ever appeared on it. And there was a television program called Spelling Bee.
Yeah, I was on it. I was on
were
the
you did
first
that?
series.
Oh, well, yeah,
First
yeah, I
episode.
did that. That's actually really terrifying to
Yeah.
actually get up on stage and because you have the makings of looking like an absolute marnus.
Because could you write them down? I can't remember.
No, you had to
Couldn't.
say
So
that.
that's the thing. If you write them down, you can see it's wrong. But the most basic words sometimes get you.
Yeah. Well, I got through about 3 rounds, I think, and then got and it was not Philip Leishman. What's his brother's name? The other Leishman, who was the host of it, and he said it very unclearly, the word. And I'm not blaming him. Mark Leishman. And he sort of fumbled the word out, and that's why I didn't get through to the 4th round. I'm sure of it. But you're right. I'm like that too. I need to write things down to sort of make sense of them. But yeah, hard luck to Joel. That was close, mate. That was close.
Did you know that the word dinosaur was coined by British paleontologist Richard Owen in 1842? That's not the interesting part. It's Greek meaning terrible lizard.
That's right.
Rather than implying that dinosaurs were fearsome, Owen used the term to refer to their majesty and size. Majesty and size.
And how did they die?
Well, most scholars believe, of course, that the asteroid came down and hit Earth. A cataclysmic event, probably in the Gulf of Mexico. They believe that's what kind of formed it, and changed the planet's weather and all that sort of stuff. And they died out pretty suddenly.
Okay, I was going to say, were all the dinosaurs in the Gulf of Mexico?
Well, you're not going to start quesadilla chat again, eh?
No, well, I'd like to though, and
I think you got to remember the Earth was probably different then anyway, but it was such an event that the whole place went into a bit of a weather change and they all died.
I thought you were saying before it was dinosaur AIDS.
Dinosaur
AIDS.
Dinosaur AIDS. Well, some of them did actually. There was disease.
There's midnight oil. Gold Rush there, Death Cab for Cutie Radio Hodaki.
You're on the radio.
Rip off that dial, New Zealand. Rip that dial off.
Radio. Hey, have we got time for a couple of texts?
Yeah, sure, mate. Always.
G'day, guys. Johnny here. Loving the show. You guys are top-notch today. Real top-notch stuff. Cheers, guys. Johnny.
Oh, thanks, Johnny.
Maisie wrote his name twice in that.
Yeah.
G'day, guys. Loving the show. Any chance of any Green Day a bit later on? That's from Wendy.
I think we had Green Day between 5 and 6, actually, and between 4 and 5.
Okay.
But what about you, Matty? You got anything Green Day coming up your way, maybe?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so.
Okay.
Hi guys, loving the show. How about some 660? Heard they've sold out Western Springs. How come you guys don't play them?
Yeah, okay, good question. You got any 660 coming up in your show, Matty?
Wouldn't have thought so.
Okay.
Okay. Here's a bit different, Jace. Hi guys, just need some advice. I'm a young dad. My partner and I have just had kids.
Congratulations.
And and we've got a couple of toddlers. The hardest part, of course, is putting all the toys away all the time. Any tips or advice?
Well, I think, if you're using toys, then it's kind of incumbent, as a mum and dad to put them away, and not leave them lying around the house. You know what I mean? I mean, you have a responsibility as a parent, if you're using a toy to put it in a place where it's not going to be found by...
Why would the parents be using the toys?
Sorry?
Why would the parents be using the toys? What are you talking about?
Isn't that what he was saying, that they left their toys around, or... Oh, you mean the kids left their toys around?
Were you thinking that the parents left their sex toys around?
Well, I thought that I thought that's what they were saying, that they left their sex toy around. And
I never mentioned sex toys.
Oh,
I just said toys. I assumed from that, just the way I read that, and I read it.
Oh, look, I can't. I haven't read it. I was just going off what you were saying.
We've got kids and some toddlers around the house.
Yeah.
The biggest pain is putting the toys away.
I gotcha.
It was the Lego and the Tonka toys and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I gotcha.
And, or that. Well, maybe it could be sex toys.
Well, no, look.
Maybe you're right.
No, I've misread it. I've misread the situation.
Well, maybe I misread it.
That he'd left his sex toy around, and I was thinking, well, you can't be doing that. You've got to be putting your sex toys away. I mean, some people, of course, are very.
When they're young, you wouldn't really have to, would you?
Well, I mean, I'm not in the habit of leaving my toys around. What about yourself?
Well, mine.
Undie drawer?
No, mine are kind of bolted to the floor. Really, I can't move them anyway.
You still the diesel ones?
Yeah, I'm still on the generator system.
Right. Okay.
Or the compressor, but
you throw a tarpaulin over that or something.
Throw a tarp over them.
Yeah.
Certainly throw a tarp over the sex hub.
Well, that's basically what I was getting at. If you've got toys, you don't want to be leaving them around so that the whole household's viewing them.
Well, look,
or people visiting the house.
We're not sure what angle this person's coming from, so let's just give two answers. Look, if you've got sex toys lying around the house, you've got young kids in the house, for sure, put them away. Have a system. If I was you, I'd put them away right after you use them. A bit like with the dishwasher, with the dishes. Don't leave them on the bench for hours.
Mind you do that just
them.
so you know that your wife can see that you've actually done the dishes. But yeah, I know what
I mean is, it's best to do the job straight away. Put them away in the dishwasher straight away. Soak them if you like. If they need a soaking, and then put them in the dishwasher.
And the kids.
I'm actually talking about the dishes now.
Not the sex toys.
Having the kids. Said that, some do need soaking.
If you do, with young kids, get them to put their own toys away so they get into
their toys.
Get into good habits. All right.
Yeah. We're talking your Lego,
your Legos,
your pirate ships.
Yeah.
Bhuja with KFC's crispy onion ring burger. It'll bring you to tears.
It's been a while, I must admit, but I have good news. We are back in business, people.
Thanks to our mates at Trade Staff, the Hodaki breakfast, all work, no play, very important business trip is back. This time, heading for the ultimate rugby recce. You and a mate doing some serious business with Matt Heath and Jeremy Wells on the streets of Tokyo, doing the hard yards before thousands of great New Zealanders head over next year for the big show. Plus, you'll be headed to the New Zealand-Japan test live at Ajinomoto Stadium. Just keep an ear out for this during breakfast.
The dog roll. Dog roll takes it out.
Call 0800 Hodaki and you're halfway there. The all-work, no-play, very important business trip to Tokyo. All thanks to the bloody great New Zealanders at Trade Staff in the business of getting you working.
But here.
Yeah, I quite like the end of it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, 4:58. I know what you're saying. It's if you're going to lose anything, you're going to lose the end. But actually, in my view, the end is the best part of that song.
I know, but I'm going to have to re-edit that next week.
Yeah, I know you are.
And I'm in two minds. Do I chop 15 seconds off the beginning of the song or off the end? You see, what do I do?
Look, I just take a chorus out.
Take a core out of the middle?
No, maybe a chorus out of the middle, and maybe clip the start.
Okay, that's a lot more.
But I don't have your musicality.
It's a lot
sense,
more
Leah.
hands-on. It's a lot more work.
I know it is.
Doing an edit within the song. It's easy to just chop off a beginning or end. It's just one cut. One incision, if you know what I mean. If I do one in the middle, that's two cuts.
Well, you did an incision the other day. I can't remember what name of the band was, but you totally changed the flow of the lyrics. It didn't make sense at all, actually, when I was listening to the song. I was like, that doesn't even make sense anymore. And it was because you'd done an edit on the song. But
it was a bad drum beat as well. It was halfway through a beat, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But I know that you send out emails to all these musicians that you're saying you're going to edit. If they don't get back to you, then you'll just bloody edit them. Come hell or high water.
The first thing I do, they get 2 letters of warning, okay?
Yeah.
And then the third letter will go, you need to re-edit the song now to the following duration, do it yourself or we will do it. So I give them the option of re-editing the song first. That way it's their cost. We don't have to use our resources here to do that.
You know,
It's
that's fair
cheaper.
enough.
And plus, if I was the band, I'd like to have first crack at that.
Well, listen, I've always said, because we pay them a small fee, I believe, every time we play their music. It's like if you don't pay your rates, right? You get a penalty payment.
We'll stop picking your bins up, won't we?
Yeah, well, exactly. And what we'll do with these guys is when we pay them for playing their song on our station, we'll just clip the ticket a little bit.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean? We'll take 15% of their fee.
I'd like
Then
to
we'll
think
see what happens.
We're firm but fair.
Yeah, fair
We're
enough.
even across the board. And if people continue to break the rules, they get a warning. And then we'll have to address it. But, look, we're not trying to be the bad guy here.
Exactly,
We're trying to have a bit of fun on the radio. Let's all listen to our funny rock songs and have a good time. That's what we're here for. A bit of fun. Just meet us halfway.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at Beck now. That's 4:21.
Yeah.
That's another minute that we could have chatted about.
He's on this first letter.
Well, there you go, done and dusted for another day. Once again on the Triple Threat Tuesday, not a winner, Lee Hart, but it's going to happen, mate. Do not despair, New Zealand. One day we're going to give away that $33,000 cash.
You know what I want to do perhaps next week, just give away the cash. Don't even do the competition. Get it done. We're building up a lot of cash here.
Yeah, we are.
Cash credits, put it that way. Why don't we just give away the cash next week, get it done, bit like winning a World Cup for the All Blacks, get that monkey off our back.
Yeah.
And then we move on with another
Well, let's be honest, mate. We've got $33,000 cash sitting in the bloody bank at the moment. It's no good to you or me. It's no good to Maddie. I mean, Maddie can't use it. You can't use it. I can't use it. The only people that can use it are the Kiwis that listen to the show. So what the hell do we keep it in the bank for? We could just give away $33,000.
It is gaining interest.
Well, that's true.
And that can go back into the Bhuja finance, but that's not what it's about. We don't want interest on 33 grand. We want a Kiwi to take that home.
I mean, if you were doing your night show, Matt, which you were just about to do, you'd be happy to give away $33,000 cash, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, 25 maybe, and then we could sort of.
Well, why don't we we just give 13,000 to Matt maybe for a night? 13,000. We keep 20.
I think we keep 30, maybe 3 grand.
Oh, well, maybe 3. You'd be happy with 3 grand,
You've
wouldn't
got
Matt?
Uber Eat vouchers.
What do I only
haven't
get?
you?
3. Yeah, but those are well.
You've always got giveaways. You never giving us giveaways. Why should we give him 33 grand? When was the last time?
I was thinking
when was the last time Matt said, "Hey, I didn't give the stuff away last night. Do you reckon we should give away on the show today?"
Yeah, fair point.
When was the last time you guys said, "Hey, give this away," without me having to just go in and take it and give it away on the
Well,
night?
we don't have anything to give away other than the 30 grand.
Well, this is the thing. Sometimes we do have things to give away, but we don't know we have things to give away, and Matt gives them away on his show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know about that, do you?
Yeah, I do know about that, Matt.
It's the oldest radio fraud in the book, that one is.
Yeah.
Goes way back to the
We got
50s.
any giveaways today, Matt? Nah, mate, nothing to give away today. Okay, thanks, mate.
Well, if you pay one guy to do 2 jobs, there's going to be that kind of crap going on, isn't there?
I wouldn't say I was doing 2 jobs. I think we're a team here, honestly. We work as a team.
You're doing like half a job.
But anyway, I tell you what, New Zealand, it's been great having your company. I tell you what, what's not going to change is the KFC Wheeler Chicken tomorrow. That's still going to be happening, and we'll actually give that bloody thing away, Matt.
Yeah, and if you want some Uber Eats now, give us a call 0800 Hodaki. 0800 Hodaki right now. Call.
I'm having macaroni cheese for dinner tonight.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a bit of salmon on toast with a bit of pesto.
It's going to fade this song up.
Yeah, no, do
Interesting
okay.
as that is.
Good stuff. See you, Kiwis.